Hey everyone, it's Tracy. Today I want to share with you how I make my rustic burlap wreaths. Recently, a few days ago, I posted a wreath tutorial. It was Boo Gingham Burlap Wreath, and I had some questions as to how I actually made my wreath. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you today how I made that wreath. This is what they look like when they're finished, and I don't always use the rolls of burlap that you can get like at Walmart or at I got these from Walmart. This came from Hobby Lobby or other places that you get them. I find that I like to make my burlap wreaths like this because I get the strings and I like the rusticness of it. So I want to show you how I do that. This is my favorite size. It measures 10 inches this way, but then across all the way is 12 inches. They're like $2.47 right now at Hobby Lobby, and so this is my favorite size. I also find these light brown chenille stems at Hobby Lobby. That's the place that I find them, and that's what I think it's the closest color to the actual burlap, and so that's why I like to use these. And so I usually buy a whole bolt of burlap at one time. I don't really get it any cheaper. I just find I use so much burlap on the projects that I do that I just go ahead and just buy a whole bolt at one time. And I've gotten it at Walmart, I've got it at Hobby Lobby. You can just, buy it at different places that you can get them on a bolt. But what I do is I cut them into strips. Sorry, my camera won't go any wider, but it's like the whole bolt, and so you'll kind of get the idea. I just usually measure, I have some already cut. This is what I do is sometimes when I'm feel like working on this, I make up some of these wreaths, and I just have them so then when the inspiration strikes, like the gingham wreath that I did, I just pull out one of these wreaths and then I just start decorating with it. And so I have a whole bunch of these already cut that and it doesn't matter to me if they're crumpled up or if they get bended or the strings come out even more, because it gives it more character to the wreath. Okay, so what I do is I usually just kind of measure. Let me get my little ruler so that I can kind of tell you exactly. I just kind of measure about that much, and let me tell you, it is, well, I guess if I would put the ruler the right way I could read it, about 4 inches. So I just cut about 4-inch strips just with some scissors. Now these scissors were expensive. These are Cutco scissors, and they are kitchen shears, but let me tell you, I know I spent way too much on these, but I use them for crafting because I use them for stuff like this. And it depends on what we want to spend our money on. And so I intentionally bought them to use in the kitchen to cut chicken and stuff like that, but I'm like, you know what, I think I'm going to use them in my craft room, and so that's what I decided to do. So I'm just going to cut some more strips. Okay, and then when I cut the strips, they're going to be, like this. So what I do is I take my hand and I just start, I kind of unfold it, and then I just go and rub my hand up and down to get the strings. And that's how I get the strings. I like that look. That is what I like. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I hate that. But I do. I love this rustic, rugged look, and it's just what I like to do for my decor projects. So this is what I do. I just cut them with scissors and then just rub my hands over it to give that frayed, rugged edge. So then that's what you're going to see when you make the wreath and you have all these little strings. And I think that the ones that reached out to me and said, hey, how did you do that? I think you're the ones that I'm really talking to say, this is how I do this, guys. So super, super simple. I will tell you, it makes a mess. Burlap makes a mess. So, you know, just figure out a place where you want to do it, and just don't get irritated with the mess. Okay. I usually get about 3 sections out of the chenille stem. Let me just do one so I'll show you. I usually just cut it into thirds, into 3 pieces. And with these scissors, I am not affiliated with Cutco. They're not giving me anything. I just love these kitchen shears. They are rather pricey, but like I said, it just depends what you want, you know, to use. Okay. And then to start, I just take one of the ends, and just like you're going to, if you are familiar with putting any burlap or any kind of ribbon onto a work wreath, I just do it the same way. And I just do it, I do it with the loops, and I just do it with my little chenille stem. You can, by cutting the chenille stem into thirds, it leaves you a little more room if you want to go through and actually pin something else to it. And so then I don't measure a lot of stuff. I know, you know, I watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, and a lot of people choose to measure their loops. I don't. I just eyeball it. So this is a 12-inch, not a 12, hello, a 6-inch ruler. And so it looks like I am getting a crease around 6 inches. So if that's going to be a question, hey, how big do you make your loops? And I just kind of go back and forth in between the wires until I like the puffiness of the burlap. Just kind of pushing it, and then sometimes I will flip the burlap over, but sometimes ribbon and burlap has a mind of its own. So I just kind of, you know, let it go, just kind of go with the direction that it's going, because I think that that's what gives your wreath, you know, character, and just gives it an individuality that makes your projects your own. When I come to the end of a piece of burlap, I just gather it all together the best way that I can, pinch it all together with my fingers, and then I just take the chenille stem and really twist it together so it doesn't mosey its way on out. So as you can see, my little loops, oops, sorry, are just back and forth, one way this way, one way that way. And then if you just I put them on there, I put the little loops on there, and then I scrunch it up together. This is what works for me. This is my favorite way to do burlap wreaths, and if it works for you, I hope that it does. If this is the look of burlap that you like. Okay, I think that you kind of get the idea of what I do, and then I would just continue until I get finished with it. And then you can just, sorry, I never know which way to move it. Then you can just see, you know, if you want it more full, then you would just put more loops on it. And then you just get this rustic country burlap wreath. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, please leave me a comment below or send me a message like some of you did, and I will be happy to answer and help you any way that I can. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and we will see you soon. Bye.